I wanted to share my sourdough home with you today. I know a lot of people are wondering if it's something they should get, if it's worth having, and I've had mine for almost a year now. I'm super happy with it, so I wanted to explain why I got it and what it does. So, what it does here is you can control the temperature for whatever you put inside here, which for most of us is going to be our starter. There's my starter there. I keep it in one of those tiny little wee yogurt jars, um, which I highly recommend if you keep a stiff starter. These jars are, less than $2 when you buy them with the yogurt. And then you can get these cute little lids to put on it. Anyway, this is my home, and my starter lives in here unless I am also making a Lavon overnight, in which case I put my Lavon jar in there, which I'll show you here. Here's my Lavon jar. Um, yeah, I just made a couple different batches of dough, sourdough, and pizza dough. So I haven't washed this yet. See, there's all my dishes there. Anyway, when I put my Lavon in there at night, I really like that I can put it in here. Usually it's around 10 o'clock at night, and then I will turn the temperature up to somewhere between 75 and 78. So that way I know when I come out here in the morning that my starter, my Lavon, will be ready to go and I can make my bread right away on time. Versus when I first started doing sourdough, I used to live in a drier climate and a lot hotter of a climate. And I would keep my Lavon, of course, I would just make everything on the counter before I had this. And my house in the summer in my previous house, I would keep the temperature around 68, and it would be actually too cold in my kitchen for my Lavon to be ready in the morning when I wanted it to be ready. And I found it would be waiting and waiting and waiting. And sometimes you can't wait anymore, and then you have to leave, and then you just have to throw it away and start over the next day. So this has helped me have like more consistency because I do bake. Um, Sometimes every day, but definitely every other day, I will use my starter to make something. So I don't keep it in the fridge. I do feed it every single day. But if I am waiting, I know that's going to be maybe a couple of days or whatever, and I don't want, and I'm worried that I won't get around to feeding my starter. I do put it in here, and then I will turn the temperature down maybe to like around 68 because that buys me, another half a day or whatever before I have to feed it. Versus if I put it in the fridge and it got too cold and then it could get acidic and get too sour, and I don't want that to happen. Um, but it's really fantastic for keeping my Lavon in there and being able to just like time everything perfectly. So if when we moved, the house that I'm in now is in an actual just a colder climate, and the temperatures can be really inconsistent, the ambient temperatures in my home. So just like having this consistency and being able to know exactly how long it's going to be before my starter needs to be fed or before my leaven is ready is a pretty big game changer for me. It's definitely worth it. I'm super happy I have it. And if something happened to it, I would immediately replace it. And maybe depending on your climate and how often you bake, you may or may not need one. But I feel like if you're going to bake like fairly regularly, then this, in my mind, this is a must have. So that's how I feel about it. I hope that's helpful to you. It's a very hands off, low maintenance type thing to have. So um, totally worth it if you do a lot of sourdough.